This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. But here now the news for June 23rd, 2025. After launching for Disneyland Resort earlier this month, the updated dining reservation search is now available for the Walt Disney World Resort via the resort's website and the My Disney Experience app. With the update, guests can now view a calendar of available dates when searching for dining at a specific restaurant. Dates with a green dot have reservations available. Dates with a gray symbol have no reservations. Guests can also select a range of up to 10 dates to search. They can also select a time range like all day, 12 to 4, or 4 p.m. and later. The search also shows specific reservation times available for each selected date. For our report, we selected Chef Mickey's. The system looks similar in the My Disney Experience app, but when searching multiple restaurants, there are now date range and time range selections. Like searching for an individual restaurant, guests can select up to 10 days to search, and they can then select any time range from 6 a.m. to midnight. After selecting a date and time range, guests can select all destinations or filter by area. Filtering by area means searching for the area of a theme park or Disney Springs or a resort hotel. Guests can select just park and or nearby resorts. Guests are then shown all the available restaurants in that date and time range. Along the top of the page, guests can select different dates. Clicking check availability for multiple days will take them to that restaurant-specific search. The dining reservation search was previously updated in March of 2024 and August of 2023. I'm glad to see they just keep refining it. I actually think it's the best thing in the app and the website. I think it's the thing that's the easiest to use and the most thoughtful of all the offerings on the site. From fireworks to merchandise to treats, here's how Walt Disney World is celebrating the 4th of July, 2025. Main Street USA and Liberty Square are decorated with patriotic bunting and banners. There are 4th of July treats at the Main Street Confectionery and other confectionery locations at Walt Disney World. There are red, white, and blue Mickey-shaped crisp cereal treats, candy apples, and cake pops. Disney's Celebrate America, a 4th of July concert in the sky, will be performed on July 3rd and July 4th at 9:20 p.m. Happily Ever After will not be performed on those dates. The 14-minute show includes fireworks, patriotic music, and projection effects on Cinderella Castle. The Magic Kingdom is open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. on July 3rd and 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. on July 4th. Meanwhile, red, white, and blue merchandise is available throughout Walt Disney World in honor of the 4th of July. Items include a 4th of July Pandora charm and a Mickey Americana lug bag. There's also some clothing out there, too. Over at EPCOT, Mickey and friends usually appear at the American Adventure Pavilion in their Spirit of 76 outfits for limited time meet and greets. Spaceship Earth will light up in red, white, and blue in the evening, and the Heartbeat of Freedom fireworks tag is usually performed with the park's nighttime spectacular. For EPCOT, I'm saying usually for all that because they've still not confirmed any of that yet. It'll likely be performed after Luminous, the Symphony of Us, which begins at 9 p.m. on July 4th. EPCOT will be open from 9 to 9 that day. Disney will likely release a 4th of July food guide for Walt Disney World soon as well. Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom do not have special 4th of July fireworks. Just weeks before it closes forever, the Tom Hart's Becky painted fence on Tom Sawyer Island at the Magic Kingdom is the latest park location to be defaced by a guest. So on Tom Sawyer Island, there's of course the fence that's kind of half painted, and there's Tom Hart's Becky written in white paint, although someone decided that they should add themselves to it. If you look closely, guests have written using a red pen in the top right corner, and the names appear to be Eddie and Justice, ironically written in a similar style to the painted names they are defacing. Now, obviously, the island is going away, and I'm sure someone thought this was a cute thing to do, but it's never cute to deface things. What makes me sad is a lot of folks, this is, I would say, one of the more photographed spots on the island, and people are going to say their goodbyes, and so a lot of people in their goodbye photos might have this in them. That being said, we live in 2025, and I think just on your iPhone alone, in 3 seconds, you could probably remove that red mark, and it won't even look like it was ever there. But that being said, don't deface things at the Disney park or anywhere that's not your, a place you own. Don't do that. But there you go. Someone decided they needed to proclaim their love on the fence at Tom Sawyer Island, with just a few days left in its existence. Of course, the island, the river boat will all be closing on July 6th of 2025 forever, to be replaced by that Cars expansion or reimagining of Frontierland, and eventually an expansion beyond the berm to the Villains Land. After being completely deconstructed and then reconstructed, the Astro Orbiter rockets took to the sky on Friday for testing. The Magic Kingdom attraction has been closed for refurbishment since January. The ride was dismantled to receive maintenance off-site, but progressively put back together over the past few weeks. With Friday's testing, we can see the refurbished rockets for the first time. They don't appear to have any design differences, retaining their blue, gold, and red color scheme. You could see the video on our website if you'd like from TikTok. Disney has not announced a reopening date yet for the Astro Orbiter. It's still set to open this summer, and we would guess relatively soon, given this, although the calendar listed is closed through August 19th, the furthest date the calendar goes to at this time. I would assume it's going to reopen relatively soon. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. And if you want to come here and yell free in this room while I'm reading that, you could do so. Get your tickets at events.wdwnt.com. We currently have several live tapings of the show available for you to attend. Come give us a visit this summer. An EPCOT guest dropped their phone on Living with the Land and then fell into the water while trying to retrieve it. A video posted on June 23rd by TikTok user Sunshine Soul Cove, Florida, shows the guest climbing out of the water in one of the Living with the Land tunnels leading into the greenhouse. The guest runs along the concrete ledge, then ending up in the sand in the greenhouse, which, by the way, is off limits for the safety of the vegetation, and then climbs back into a boat. The person who posted this said the guest dropped their phone in the water and then fell in while trying to retrieve it. Another user commented that they were in the boat with this person and asked if the wayward guest was caught because he booked it off there so quick. They said they saw him go into the restroom after getting off the ride and were surprised no one was waiting for him once the ride was done. You can watch the video on our website, although I think we just showed it to you right now. As always, as we state here on the show, getting off a ride while it's in motion and without permission or assistance from a cast member is dangerous and should never be done. Of course, there's all sorts of machinery in these rides that you don't know. You might think it's just a little boat ride. There probably isn't even anything down there. There's stuff down there. There's mechanisms. There's other things. You could hit your head on concrete. Don't do it. Just tell them at the end of the ride that you dropped the phone. I know it's a phone. It's an important part of daily life. I understand, but things happen, for lack of a term I could read on this show, and we got to live with it. But don't put yourself or others in danger because of that. That's pretty crazy. Personally, should the person be trespassed? They look like they're relatively young. They made a mistake. I don't have anything to say against a cast member going up to them and saying, "Hey, please don't do that." Blah blah blah. But it didn't seem necessarily malicious. It was just dumb. They just did something dumb. I don't know that everybody needs to be thrown out when. Look, there's malicious things like the people that jumped into the water at EPCOT on a dare. That's not like you made a wrong decision. I mean, you made a wrong decision, but you consciously made a wrong decision. Person dropped their phone, and the immediate thing they went to do is grab it, and they fell in, and it happened. It was not wise, but it happened, and it wasn't on purpose. So I can see not going after someone and not trespassing them in that situation. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Maybe you disagree with me. I'd love to have the conversation. A lounge-specific coaster is now available for guests ordering drinks at Geo82 at EPCOT, though according to cast members, this isn't the final design. While the new themed drink coaster arrived just a few days ago, they're already limited in quantity. According to cast members, this particular run of the new coaster features an incorrect design. The plan is for these coasters to eventually run out, at which point the new coaster design will arrive. And as a result, cast members are only allowing guests to grab a few of the coasters to bring home, though it isn't necessarily related to the number of beverages ordered or the number of guests. While we do not know what the corrected design will look like, the current coaster features the geometric shapes of the EPCOT icon in a warm metallic gold tone, and in the center of the printed art is the Geo82G logo in its angular block design. The back of the coaster is solid white with no additional design. The coasters are thin, and they are cardboard, similar to others you'll find all around Walt Disney World. Guests receive these with their drink orders, which includes water and non-alcoholic beverages, as well as a regular beverage menu item from Geo82. If you want to watch our reviews of Geo82, Eric and the gang did a great review. You go watch that one. And also, then Jason went and reviewed the dessert party option. So check out those 2 video reviews if you have not already. Several sections of the light-up pavement in EPCOT have now been screwed down to avoid them lifting up from the ground, making them a potential tripping hazard. We previously reported that several sections of the light-up pavement in World Celebration at EPCOT were surrounded by stanchions. The stanchions, which blocked a large portion of the central area, were necessary due to the light strips lifting up from their spots and becoming uneven with the rest of the pavement, making it so that someone could trip on them. Disney has now created a quote-unquote fix, and the stanchions have been removed. This particular section of World Celebration is no stranger to malfunctions. Just a day after it opened in December of 2023, the lighting elements stopped working for a while. There have been continuing problems since then in this area. And then on top of it, they can't even get these covers to stay on. Now, I do think it's a double-edged sword. I do think that they keep popping up because Disney continually is trying to fix this to no avail. And so the light covers, these plastic coverings, keep getting lifted up and down, and the wear is making them not fit correctly, or they're just getting stuck. But I do agree with people. I think to an extent, Disney should just go back to the drawing board. I know they spent a lot of money here, but this is the danger, I think, of third-party contractors, is sometimes you hire good third-party contractors and sometimes you don't. Now, Epic Universe has a lot of light-up flooring, and I have been watching it very closely to see how it holds up. And I will say the way they did it seems to be considerably smarter. It works more often. That doesn't mean they don't go out. They go out. I've seen them go out. They get fixed relatively quickly, but they do go out. But it seems they did a much better job than whatever company did the middle of EPCOT. Now, WDI does the design, but there are third-party companies that do installation and provide materials, things of that sort. And it does seem, maybe they took the lowest bid and didn't get the best possible outcome for this project. I think it's time for them to just say, you know what, let's just rip up the middle and start again. And Disney, if you're going to be ripping up the middle and starting again anyway, people really like water and fountains. It would be cool. Maybe you don't even give us a light-up floor. Honestly, I'm not married to the light-up floor. I would trade the light-up floor for a fountain. Just me. Or do both. Both is good too. Either way. Yeah, it's been, what are we at, a year and a half now? Yeah, we're at a year and a half now. If it hasn't been corrected yet and now you're doing temporary fixes, just do it. I know optics-wise it's a bad look for, you and me know the problems this has had for the 18 months it's existed. I think they're worried that maybe the guest that's not as plugged in will come back and say, man, they put walls up here again? Didn't they just do this for a few years? And of course, that being closed for a few years, there's more to that story. Of course, COVID happened, it stalled the project, then they redesigned, they went back to the drawing board, they did this version, and it opened and it had problems. It's been 18 months now. You're either gonna get this to work or you're not. And if it's not gonna work, it's a bad show to leave it looking like this. So I think it's time to dig this up and start over. And you know what? We're not gonna complain, we're instead gonna actually applaud. I think it'd be wonderful if you just go back to the drawing board and start over with this. I'm not even telling you to get rid of the rest of World Celebration. I don't dislike the rest. The middle has been a problem. The absolute middle has been a problem. And you could talk about Communicore Hall. It's not the topic right now. But specifically this planter and these lights, the planter's not great and the lights it's not working. So let's go try again. Friendship Boat Transportation has returned to EPCOT's World Showcase, running between Canada and Germany with an alternate route. There are 4 docks or Friendship launches on World Showcase Lagoon. At one time, guests could travel on Friendship boats from Canada to Morocco on the west side or from Mexico to Germany on the east side. However, the Mexico and Germany launches have been rarely seen in use since the summer of 2016. The route frequently had to be closed due to the Illuminations nighttime spectacular, and Disney ultimately determined it wasn't worth keeping open at all. Last year, the Germany Pavilion Friendship Boat launch reopened for the first time in years, while the Morocco Pavilion dock closed for refurbishment, and the Germany launch closed again just a few weeks later. Now, however, the Germany location has reopened and is running on an alternate route to and from Canada. After guests board the Friendship Boat in Germany, the new route takes them past the currently closed Morocco Pavilion launch and then on to Canada. While the Canada boat launch has remained open with varied destinations depending on the refurbishment schedule, guests who boarded the dock are now taken past the Italy and America pavilions and eventually come to a stop back at the Germany launch. A sign noting this update to the Friendship boat route is posted at the closed entrance of the dock in the Morocco pavilion. It reads that Friendship boats will be operating between Canada and Germany only. We do not know if this is a permanent change or if other launches will reopen to transport guests around the World Showcase. A new dessert at Connections Cafe in EPCOT is an updated version of the chocolate Baumkuchen cake offered at the nearby Starbucks location, but with some additional toppings for $6.49. The Baumkuchen cake is a popular German dessert that is unique because it's poured onto a rotating drum that is heated from below. As the batter gets heated, it's baked into thin layers. The process is repeated to give the cake more volume, resulting in a dessert that has several layers in a round shape. Baumkuchen translates from German to tree cake, as Baum means tree and Kuchen means cake, in reference to a cross-section of the cake looking like rings of a tree. We did review those first two versions of the cake back in 2023 when they arrived at EPCOT. And back then there were two different flavors in vanilla and chocolate. Both of these are still available at the Starbucks location, which would be the Connections Cafe. This dessert is ordered at the regular Connections Cafe ordering station. It's also available on the My Disney Experience app for mobile order. It's been added to the menu screens and the physical menus at the cafe that has not yet been included on the location's digital menu found on the website. There is a vastly different presentation for the new chocolate Baumkuchen cake compared to the previous ones. The old chocolate cake was a basic semicircle with a brown chocolate outer coating and no added decorations. By comparison, the updated version is served on a plate with whipped cream, a chocolate drizzle, and a chocolate Mickey silhouette attached on one side. The Mickey chocolate has no major effect on the flavor, but it makes for a nice photo. If you want to read the review, it's available at WDWNT.com. Real quick, I want to mention Carousel of Products at carouselofproducts.com. That's where you can get this wonderful shirt, the Spaceship Earth Sunset button-up. We have very few of these left. We also still have limited supply of our Space Mountain 50th anniversary shirt as well. In addition, we are still running a sale on our event-exclusive lithographs. So if you miss Muppet Vision 3D or New Tomorrowland, or you love Space Mountain or the Tower of Terror, or want to celebrate the anniversary of Disney's Hollywood Studios, we have all these available for a deal. If you buy 2 posters, they're $20 each. If you buy 3 posters, they're $18 each. Buy 4 or more, and they're $15 each. The discount will appear in your shopping cart automatically, and you can stack it with your WIGS member discount if you have it. Again, head on over to carouselofproducts.com. Disney's Hollywood Studios has been added to this summer's calendar of extended evening hours available to guests staying at a deluxe Disney resort or Disney Deluxe Villa Resort or other select hotels. Extended evening hours at Hollywood Studios are relatively rare, but select resort guests can enjoy an extra 2 hours at the park after it closes to regular day guests on Friday, August 29th. The park is open for all guests from 9 to 9. Extended evening hours will be from 9 to 11. Disney's Animal Kingdom and EPCOT will have extended evening hours in July. Magic Kingdom returns to the schedule for one day in August soon after the premiere of the new Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away parade. The missing ice-cold hydraulics sign has returned once again to Disney's Hollywood Studios, this time with the name of the location spelled properly. We've been following the story of the ice-cold hydraulics sign since June 11th, which is when the sign first arrived following the last performances of Muppet Vision 3D. They needed more stuff to put on the sign, so they put ice-cold hydraulics. They spelled hydraulics wrong. Yep, and so that was removed rather quickly, and now they have the corrected version. It's all fixed now. The custom Ace Avatar Maker figures in Pandora, the World of Avatar at Animal Kingdom, are currently discounted by $30. They're usually $79.99. The experience and figure are currently $50 plus tax. The discount is similar to the recent limited time sale on Tron Identity Program figures over at the Magic Kingdom. The sign does not indicate if the sale is limited time, but it does say it's only while supplies last. Additional discounts do apply. The experience is located inside Wind Traders, the gift shop of Pandora, the World of Avatar. Cast members scan guests and help them choose custom elements of their avatar like the body type, the hair type, eye color, and facial stripe pattern. All the figures have black hair, but the jawline, freckles, and eyebrows are customized to the individual's face. The figure then takes 45 minutes to an hour to grow, so guests can leave and come back to pick them up. You could watch our review of the original experience from 2017. Look at Baby Tom in 2017 in that video. Go give it a watch. The complimentary towels are now available for use by all guests at Walt Disney World water parks. Previously, the towels were only for resort hotel guests. WDWNT was able to confirm with cast members at Typhoon Lagoon that the towels are available for all guests both there and at Blizzard Beach. Signs are posted to direct guests to the pickup locations. Reportedly, the limitation was removed due to increased volume of complaints. In the past, towel rentals were available to non-resort guests for a small fee. This summer marks the first time in over 5 years that both water parks are operating simultaneously. Both parks open for the season on May 21st, 2025. Good on them. Again, listening to guests, having both open at the same time, doing away with towel rentals. These are all good things. They are listening, believe it or not. Walt Disney World has extended the Bounceback offer that started last fall, allowing guests to save 25 to 35% on a future resort stay. When the offer first launched in November of 2024, it was scheduled to last through 2025. It's now available into the fall of 2026. Hotel guests can take advantage of this offer by booking a second stay within 7 days of their first checkout date. They can still modify or cancel reservations without penalty up to 30 days before their arrival. Guests can save up to 35% on rooms at select Disney Deluxe or Deluxe Villa resorts, up to 30% on rooms at moderate resorts, and up to 25% on rooms at value. The offer cannot be combined with most other discounts and promotions, but can be combined with the kids' free dining plan for eligible 2026 packages. For 2025 arrivals, the offer excludes the following room types, that being campsites, 3-bedroom villas, cabins at Copper Creek Villas, and cabins at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, bungalows and island tower accommodations at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, and the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort, a Disney Vacation Club resort. For 2026 arrivals, the offer excludes the campsites, the villas, the cabins at Copper Creek, the bungalows and island tower accommodations at the Polynesian, and the suites at all moderate and Disney Deluxe Resort hotels. There's no better way for Disney Parks fans to scare up some fun for the Halloween season than by attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at the Magic Kingdom. However, these separately ticketed events can be expensive, but thankfully, we have a way you can save on admission. Unlocked Magic, powered by our friends at Be Our Guest Vacations and DVC Rental Store, has been offering Walt Disney World guests the best prices on park tickets, but now they're offering 10% off on all tickets for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party for 2025. Simply by visiting their website, you can find a calendar of available party dates and how much the tickets will be compared to how much they would have been without the Unlocked Magic discount. To take advantage of this offer, visit unlockedmagic.com/WDWNT. Following a 2-month refurbishment, both Winter Summerland miniature golf courses have reopened at Walt Disney World. As we first reported earlier in the year, Winter Summerland Miniature Golf was closed for 2 months as part of a scheduled refurbishment project. The closure began on April 28th, with the Walt Disney World website saying it would reopen on June 16th. Both the winter and summer course were closed at the same time, though guests could still enjoy the Fantasia Gardens and Fairways miniature golf courses if they wanted to get their fix. There were reports that some sections of the faux turf were replaced to look fresher. Many of the various props were repainted and repaired as well. Winter Summerland is now back to its usual operating hours of 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Daily reservations are recommended. Can be booked by calling 407-WDW-PLAY. The Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs location at Disney's BoardWalk has a new exclusive cheesy corn dog on the menu. The crispy cheddar melt Blue Ribbon revealed on Instagram has alternating pieces of hot dog and cheddar cheese rolled in panko and fried. It's served with a side of cilantro garlic dipping sauce. The new corn dog is not yet listed on the online menu, but it's $15.50 like all the other specialty dogs. If you want to read our review, it's available at WDWNT.com. We spotted several new additions in our most recent construction update on the new Disney Vacation Club resort at Walt Disney World called Disney's Lakeshore Lodge. Just across the road from Tri-Circle D Ranch, construction continues on the future Disney Lakeshore Lodge. From this angle, we can see the varying stages of construction on different sections of the resort. Construction permits indicate the building will be 10 stories when completed. We also snapped some photos of the construction as it appears from the front of Pioneer Hall, home to the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review, and it breaks my heart. From the golf cart parking lot of Pioneer Hall, several cranes and more construction work interrupts the sight lines of the building. At the section of construction near Daniel Boone's Wilderness Arcade, windows have been installed on the second floor. Behind scaffolding, we can see the newly installed windows. This is the only floor with any windows or the sliding glass doors that will be added to overlook potential balconies. As reported in May, an A-frame cabin structure was installed on the beach near the Lakeshore Lodge. Now 3 of the same cabins have been added to either side of the building. All the cabins now have a horizontal pole across the top of their vertical triangular frames, and framework for the doorways appears to have been added to those nearest Clementine Beach. In previous concept art for the resort, when it was still being called Reflections, a Disney lakeside lodge, there were A-frame cabins shown outside the main hotel building. It appears that these cabins have remained as part of the plan for the new hotel, as the current structures look very similar to what we saw previously. At the building's tallest points, construction has begun on a 9th floor, and while permits do suggest the tallest building will be 10 stories high, we do not know if all the buildings will reach that height or if other wings will be tiered to a lower level. We saw crew members working on top levels on the side nearest Bay Lake. Lots of trucks, equipment, and dirt are also still present in the area, as there's still much work to be done. Crews have been constructing the exterior and interior walls of the hotel, then layering weatherproof sheathing over the steel frames. Disney Lakeshore Lodge replaces Reflections, a Disney Lakeside Lodge, which was announced in 2018 by our good friend Bob Chapek. Disney demolished their former water park River Country, which was long abandoned, to make space for the new DVC resort, but then put the project on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Disney resurrected the project, which is set to open in 2027. The new resort will be inspired by the majesty of nature and its enduring influence on Disney artists. Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground has a series of new merchandise available at the Settlement Trading Post. There's a beach towel for $34.99, a ball cap for $29.99, a button-up shirt is $64.99, I'll have to get that. A Loungefly backpack is $100, and they have a new version of their little plastic sign for $29.99. That is reversible, by the way, so you can change it to the Christmas season, as that's a very popular time to visit and decorate at Fort Wilderness. You've heard us talking about renting DVC points through our friends at DVCRentalStore.com. If you rented points and gotten a taste of the DVC lifestyle of a Disney vacation, you might be thinking that it's time to jump in and join the club. But did you know you don't have to pay the price Disney charges for a DVC membership? You can save thousands of dollars when you buy resale contracts. Contact our friends at DVC Resale Market to find out how much you can save. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/WDWNT for more information. Water has memory, and Frozen Ever After at Disneyland Paris reflects that idea, with water from Frozen attractions around the world now in its flume. Imagineers recently introduced water to the flume of the new Frozen ride under construction at what is currently known as Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris, what will eventually be Disney Adventure World. They had a water ceremony pouring in treated water from the other Frozen flume rides, that being the original Frozen Ever After at EPCOT, the Hong Kong Disneyland version, and Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey at Tokyo Disney Sea. They also included water from Norway. As Imagineer Peyton explained, such a tradition began with the 1966 opening of It's a Small World at Disneyland. For the dedication, Walt Disney invited international representatives to add water from their respective countries to the ride's flume. The new Frozen attraction will be part of the World of Frozen, part of the Adventure Bay expansion of Walt Disney Studios Park, which also includes the Rapunzel Tangled Spin, or Rapunzel's Tangled Spin. There will be a lagoon with a new nighttime spectacular, and again, the park will be renamed Disney Adventure World when the expansion opens next year, part of a years-long reimagining. Later, an area themed to the Lion King will be added along Adventure Bay with the world's first Lion King ride. Recent pictures shared online have revealed the first look at some of the many decorations being added to Hong Kong Disneyland for the resort's 20th anniversary celebration. Hong Kong Disneyland will kick off the most magical party of all on June 28th. As previously announced, the celebration will include Mickey in his new costume, a new castle show called Disney Friends Live, Party at the Castle, and several new merchandise items. A new daytime parade called Friendtastic will mark the largest ever in scale at Hong Kong Disneyland, with 11 floats and over 30 Disney characters, and will include the first parade float specifically themed to Duffy and Friends. And finally, the resort shared a first look of Momentous Party in the Night Sky, an updated version of their nighttime spectacular, which adds drones and projections all up and down Main Street. Hong Kong Disneyland shared official photos of the decorations on Instagram. The decorations start at the main entry area, which is similar to Disneyland Park, with a station for the Hong Kong Disneyland Railroad behind a large garden. The floral Mickey has been decorated with multicolored balloons, several of which appear to light up at night. Moving inside the park, a large display has been added to the flower bed in the middle of Town Square. The display has several golden swirls forming a Mickey icon in the center. On either side of the swirl are figures of Mickey, Goofy, Donald, and Minnie. All four characters are made of semi-transparent material with an almost gemstone-like reflective appearance, and they're all holding more of the 20th anniversary balloons. One more slightly smaller display has been added to the flower bed closest to the Castle of Magical Dreams. This display keeps the swirled gold style, but there's a blank space in the middle with a smaller Mickey icon on the right side framing the castle. The Mickey icon replaces a 0 to form the number 20, and more balloons are included with the taller swirls on the left side. As one would expect, the Castle of Magical Dreams will be getting decorated for the upcoming anniversary as well. First, 4 new structures holding what appears to be curled up banners have been added to the front of the castle near the top of a few towers. These structures are painted a light shade of brown to match the castle's facade. Previous art of the new stage show included a look at the front of these towers, which were shown with some purple 20th anniversary banners. These elements are likely holders for the banners. They are just not there yet. Or maybe they're going to come down during the show. Who knows? We'll find out soon. The banners lining the walkway in front of the castle have also been changed. These are all new colors that match the multicolored balloons seen in the other decor. The main color scheme is purple, gold, pink, and bright blue. And finally, Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland has also received decor. This display has been added in front of the manor. Like the previous anniversary decor, it includes golden swirls wrapped up around some musical instruments and a trio of multicolored balloons sticking out from the top. For those unfamiliar with Mystic Manor, there is a scene where the Albert opens the enchanted music box and it brings the items in the house to life. One of those rooms in the house is the music room. It brings all the instruments to life. So here are the instruments that have been brought to life coming out to celebrate the anniversary, which is very, very cute. Love Mystic Manor. Can't wait to see it very soon. The most magical party of all, again, kicks off on June 28th. We will be there to bring that to you. Some sad news. I want to mention something real quick. Eric was supposed to come with me to Hong Kong. Of course, there are things going on in the world right now. I'm sure none of you are living under a rock and are aware. I hate to bring the real world into this show, but it is affecting us. So Eric was on a Disney cruise in Europe and then was going to fly to join me in Hong Kong. If you're going from Europe to Hong Kong, there's a section of the world that's in a bit of turmoil, and we are at the center of that here in the United States. So Eric's flight was canceled. And so Eric's decided he's just going to come home. So Eric will be bringing you the news for the next week while I'm over in Hong Kong. Sadly, we can't get Eric out there right now, but another time. But we will still be going. We're still going to go and bring you all that new entertainment and excitement from the 20th anniversary, so stay tuned for that. And on a separate note, I just want to say how privileged we are when, things happen in the real world that are scary. COVID comes to mind and how we made it through that. So many of you, when you stop Eric or myself or anyone else from the company and say how much you enjoy what we do, so many of you started watching us during COVID. And thank us so much for being there for you. I just want to thank you for also being there for us. I know, I think it's great that we give each other solace at that time. It's great to come in here and talk about what is effectively, and I don't want to say this because I think, these places are so important to us and to so many people around the world, but what is effectively nonsense compared to a lot of things in the world, theme parks, even though I believe in the art form and love it dearly and fight for it. There's some crazy stuff going on in the world that, is affecting people's lives in a very deep way. And, I hope you guys can find an escape here because I want you to know when it's an escape for us too when we get to sit here and share all this with you. You're helping us too. So we'll be here for you. You're here for us. And that's the magic of what we get to do with this show and with the website. And we all get to escape the real world for a little while, which is the magic of what Disney parks are. So thank you for being here, and we're happy to be here for you too. Disney Cruise Line Singapore continues to reveal some of the merchandise that will be available on the new Disney Adventure cruise ship. Thursday's sneak peek took a look at apparel and accessories. The post showcased different outfit combinations. For the seasoned traveler, there's a t-shirt with an all-over print of the cruise ship and Mickey and friends wearing their cruise outfits. Paired with the shirt is a blue ball cap, a red tote bag with Disney Adventure artwork, a water bottle, a crossbody bag, and reusable utensils. Another seasoned traveler look appears to be a youth t-shirt featuring Captain Mickey Mouse in front of the Singapore skyline with the Disney Adventure. There's a matching sling backpack with plush badges of Mickey and friends. Also pictured is a bucket hat with mouse ears, an autographed book and pen, and a tumbler. For the creative and bold is a collection with regional design influences. A pastel pattern dress and matching scarf features hidden Mickeys. A pink and gold bag has Mickey-shaped rope icon in the center in the center of a compass rose. There are also bracelets, a tumbler, and a mini ear headband. The elegant tea lover can wear a pink pattern dress with a blue version of the compass rose bag. There's a blue scarf, a red and blue folding fan, and kitchenwares that include a tray and cups. This reveal includes even more Duffy merchandise, which will be available at Disney Cruise Line's first ever Duffy and Friends shop. The previously revealed cardigan, tote, bucket hat, and Duffy plush purse are paired with plush badges of Duffy and Friends, a folding fan, and a towel. All the characters are depicted with sailor hats to match Duffy. The parent of the group can wear a white collegiate cardigan featuring Disney Cruise Line embroidered patches over a blue button-up featuring ship embroidery. There's also a blue bucket hat, a set of striped socks, a Mickey belt bag, and a tote. The final outfit is the Explorer at Heart, featuring National Geographic merchandise from the ship's Nat Geo store. The looks include a teal shirt, gray shorts, a crossbody bag, a bucket hat, and a black backpack. The Disney adventure will set off on its maiden voyage out of Singapore on December 15, 2025, and this is where I knock on wood to wish them good luck, because it sounds like that may not happen. See if they make it. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire show, the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.